All right. Hello and welcome to Comfort Legacies. Today we have our
Thank you.
beautiful guest, Miss Kebra. And I'm going to turn the mic. Where are you streaming from today?
From Granbury, Texas.
Okay. All right. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Kebra Moore, aka Midnight Storm. I'm an author, singer, and songwriter. That's my business. And my real life, I am a substitute teacher. I used to be a music teacher. My degree is in music education until I had a car accident. And so right now I just sub part-time, and my full-time gig at this moment is my book and promoting it and getting my name, Midnight Storm, in the atmosphere. I'm
Okay.
married. 21 years. My husband is active duty in the Marines. I have a 22-year-old son that's active duty in the Army, and I have a 19-year-old son that's an upcoming junior in college. That's supposed to be my intern, but he's asleep at the moment.
It's awesome. You have a full life going on right there.
Yes, yes.
Okay. All righty. Well, tell us a little bit about your book.
So the name of my book is Love Lies in Music, and this is the cover of my book. It is a romance erotica novel.
Mm,
However, it's not as you. When I say erotica, people think that it's all sexual in the book, which it isn't. The book does have a storyline, and the story centers around four individuals: DaMarco, Lorenzo, Juniper, and Lacey out of Los Angeles, California. It's a wild wind of different drama and different issues going on with each character. They know each other but don't know each other. But
mm,
they evolve around each other. So Juniper is a singer, songwriter, and she's also by trade a paralegal.
mm.
DaMarco is her boyfriend, and he's her SOCOM manager. And by trade, he is a district manager of Dell Computers in Los Angeles. Lorenzo is a music producer. That's what he does for a living. And Lacey is a pharmaceutical technician. Well, she works um, and she works in the medical industry. So she's really smart. Got her bachelor's, has a master's, making over 100,000 a year, working at this pharmaceutical plant. But then she has some psychological issues that she's dealing with that tends to make her very promiscuous.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
so each character, like I said, has their own little bit of drama going on, and DeMarco is actually dating two of the women that they don't know about each other, and so it's just a bunch of crazy. But from a lot of feedback that I have been getting from my book is that they love the book because it teaches a lot of life lessons. And so that was something that I was glad that I was able to share because it did talk about sex. It talked about having unprotected sex. It talks about being in just doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. It talks about things that can stem from people from tragedy, how when tragic events happen in people's life, how they can deal with it. It talks about drugs. It just talks about things that goes on in the world today. Sometimes we want to pretend like certain things that I talk about in my book doesn't happen, but it does happen. And
Okay.
so and I took my time with this book. It's been a long time coming. It was one of these projects where I would work on here and there, and sometimes months will go by before I get back into doing it. And after my son had graduated from high school in 2019, I decided, I got him out the way. Senior year is done. My husband about to retire. He's retiring at the end of this year. I'm like, I'm about to focus on me and my business. I've done my job as a parent. It's time to focus on me. And so that's pretty much what I'm doing at this moment.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, when did you publish the book?
So this is a crazy story. Okay, so the book was originally published in February of 2020, and when I finally got the book out there, well, I was actually submitting it to many different three publishing companies. And by the grace of God, all three wanted me. But I ended up going with Eric Justice Books, who her name is Elizabeth Roberts, and she is the daughter of Zane. And she had Zane to read my book, well, to read the first chapter, because that's what they allow for the submission. And she was like, you need to get her. She's good. So I went with them. And then, of course, time we signed the contract and got everything, digitally done and put everything on Amazon, all the other outlets, we had COVID. They had me set to do the Essence Festival, different book signings within the Atlanta area, was going to do some stuff within my city. But then again, was COVID. So pretty much we were only doing things via online. So the contract technically was supposed to end in March of 2021. So at the end of December, she calls me and she said, hey, I'm going to let you know I'm ending the contracts with everybody because we don't feel right taking people money that when the books are just on Amazon. And with Amazon, you want to get a certain percentage anyway, and then they're getting percentage. So we're the last as the author to see the money for our book. She said, however, I still want to keep you as a client, so in case if any book signings come up, we want to go ahead and keep you. And they stay to their word. So we ended the contract. And then after the New Year's, she and I got together and she helped me to become a self-publisher where she helped me got my books on Amazon, my books on digital to print, Ingham Sparks. So it's on Barnes and Nobles, Walmart. She just pretty much helped me got everything that needed to be done. So the book was relaunched in February of 2021 under my own self-publishing, Kebra Moore. And so it's June, and I've been doing really, really well. I've sold about 800 copies of my book on my own since February. And that's just hard copies. That doesn't include what people bought on Amazon or any other outlets that's out there. So I'm just blessed. I'm on a book tour right now. So I usually do my book signings on the weekends. Mm-hmm. And I started in Atlanta, which I was invited by Zane. It was an Indies type thing. It was Memorial Day weekend, and I'm going back up there again. I'm flying out on the 17th for Juneteenth at the Book Boutique. And so God had just been really opening up many doors for me that I'm actually just so honored to be walking and rolling in. So yes, that's my story.
Sticking to it.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the publish. So technically it was March of 2020, but it was republished in 2021 under my entity.
That is awesome. Amazing. I love it. One of the things that we do on this platform is talk about how you self-publish. So you kind of covered that, or whether or not you self-publish, because we like to get as many people involved in the writing space. So, and whatever expertise and tips and, pointers that you might have is what we're seeking, to get other people engaged in writing, because it can be a very healing
process. Yes, and that's what I'm going to do. I actually have a coach now, and I'm going to meet with her this week. And I want to do like a 30 to 45-minute seminar on the steps of publishing a book. Because the first thing that I've learned about publishing a book, when you're dealing with different companies, everybody wants specific specification based on their company. So especially with Amazon, it wasn't that hard because they tell you, okay, well, it had to be PDF, it had to be this particular word font, and it's easy to do within the documents, based on what they want. But then when I was dealing with Ingham Sparks, it was a whole new ball game. When you're dealing with Ingham Sparks, putting the book for their specification, to go digitally, because with Ingham Sparks, you have the big companies go through them to get your books. So, and I guess, like, for example, if Barnes and Noble want to put your books in their stores, they're going to go through Ingham Sparks, like a wholesaler, and get the books from them. So I actually found a guy, and crazy enough, he's out in Pakistan through Fiverr. Yeah. And I found him, and he charged me like $150. He got my book ebook correctly. He formatted. I think I had like one error for Ingham Sparks. I sent him the error. He fixed it. When it's time for me to upload the document in Ingham Sparks, I had no issues at all. And I just I just learned, in with Draft the Digital, that was pretty easy getting on there with Draft the Digital. That's when you get your books in Barnes and Nobles and Walmart and just others, even some international avenues that Digital to Draft will get your book into. And so
Yes,
I just
yes.
learned what's it called? Fail trial and error. That's how I
Trial and
learned.
error, yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, Draft to Digital. That's, one of the platforms just like Ingham Sparks and Amazon and Lulu for people that
Mhm.
don't know. And you can now, once you, and you may be able to confirm this or not, once you um, upload a book to one platform, is it necessary to get another
I know you're talking about.
ISBN number? Yeah.
So what I've learned, I did buy a few of my ISBN because,
Okay.
as you know, it's better to have your own ISBN. But
Yes.
Sparks and Amazon do offer the free ISBNs. But
Yes.
with each platform, you have to have a different ISBN.
Hmm.
So I have a different ISBN for Amazon when it
Right.
comes to the print and the digital, and I have a different ISBN for Ingram Sparks when it comes to the print and the digital. And
Okay.
so I was told, and actually it is cheaper. You can spend $310 and get 10 ISBNs.
Yes.
And that may sound like a lot to people, but it's worth it in the long run. I look at it as if, okay, I'll say, okay, so on my website, I do like a bunch of different bundle packages and stuff. So I'll have my book for sale, or I have a bundle package where you can get a book, a bag, and a mystery box. And then if you
Yes.
already have the book, you can get a book. I mean, you can get a bag and just a box. And then we get ready to upload what we have in the ultimate mystery box for men and women and things like that. So
Hmm.
the way in my mind, I say, okay, well, if I need to spend $310 to get an ISBN, I need to sell this amount of books where I don't have to come out of pocket per se. I can just keep it in the business. So now I say, okay, if my goal is to sell 2 boxes a day, well, within 3 days, I got my money to get all 10 of my ISBN numbers. And that's just how I do things in my head. I'm like, I'm not going to, when it comes to my business, I'm not going to spend any of my personal money. I'm just going to use my business money to keep um, going into my business. But with any business, you still got to you still got to put money to make money.
So I guess I know if you have your own, you can upload to both. It's
Yeah,
because
you can
it's
use.
yours.
So I bought, like I said, I bought them, but I did use the free one for Amazon. But for Ingram, I used the one that I bought from Ingram, um, only because for the book portion, only because if a company wants to buy my books and put it in their store, that's my own personal ISBN, vice their ISPN. With Amazon, it doesn't really matter because people just buying the books. They don't care about the ISBN when they get a book off of Amazon. It's not like the companies, the distributors are going to Amazon and getting bulk loads of books. They're going through Ingham Sparks. So that's how I did it for that one. Even with the digital books, again, I use Ingram's free ISBN because it's digital. When a person just download the book, they're not really caring about the ISBN.
With Amazon, you use their free, and Ingram's you brought your own
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, okay, because mine is I have all mine listed on Amazon and they're free.
Right.
So I was considering initially to go through Ingram's, but then I just it was just so easy to do Amazon, and I just went on through
Mm-hmm.
Amazon, and I just stopped there and started
Because
doing more
even
books.
technically, if people don't really, if they're just learning um put the books on Ingram, it's really tedious.
Yeah,
And so the fact that I wanted to do it on my own, but when I realized I couldn't do it, I had to spend the money to get it done because I was
yeah,
getting frustrated myself trying to figure out, well, what does this error mean? But then when you got with somebody that does this for a living, it's nothing to them. And then it's
yes,
like it was so stress free. Once he sent it to
yeah.
me, I was like, I'm good.
Upload and go. All right.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes, yes. You do have to get comfortable with your platforms. So, oh wow. So that's awesome. I thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. And so, what are your next steps? Are you going to do book two or?
Yes, I am. So my goal is, so I have a podcast that I'm working
Okay.
on. Is it's I'm going to, so I wrote a story. It's going to be like short stories. It's a 4-part series, and I'm having a narrator to read it. And
Okay.
so I'm going to upload like every 2 weeks, like maybe like a 5 minute of the story, and then 2 weeks later, or maybe every week. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. And then so the podcast, it'll just be stories and making people want to come back to do it. But my goal this summer, when school is officially out, which we get out June the 18th, my last day is June the 15th, I'm going to finish my sequel. So my goal is to finish by the fall and then release the sequel in 2022.
Okay.
And so
2022.
people have been asking me because I did leave my book open for a sequel.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I left it wide open.
So you're gonna do little sneak peeks on the new book.
No, this is just regular
Mm.
little short stories. Just to
Oh,
it's just like a little podcast to try to, to get people to know who I am. Because people like short stories, to get people
uh-huh.
just to start building my fan base and getting to
Okay.
know more of who I am. And
Kind
then
of like a blog.
yeah, like a blog, but
Podcast
it'd
blog.
be, audio type or whatever.
Okay.
And so the person that I'm with that's doing it, she'll upload like 5 minutes, and then I post out like, hey, I just uploaded a podcast, and then people will listen to it, and then I'll say next series this particular date, and they'll come out and they'll wait for the next series, and just things like that. And the more I do that, then people are inclined to be like, well, what else does this person do? Then they're more inclined to buy my book. They're more inclined to buy my products. So
Yes.
I'm trying to get, look, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm trying to have multiple streams of income, because my goal is, I told my husband, I'm like, look, he's retiring in December. I said, my goal is come August of this year, when schools start back up, my full-time job is going to be my novels and my podcast. And that's what I'm believing, and that's what I've been asking God for. And
All
that's
right.
what I want to do. And so, like, I took off the day because I knew I had your podcast, and I definitely
Oh.
would be able to do it in my classroom. And so,
Oh.
but no, it's okay. I mean, I'm still doing other things. I'm still promoting my books. I just did an author shoot, uploaded one of my author's pictures. So I got things to keep me busy today.
Oh, well, I thank you for that. I really appreciate that because, we could have scheduled around your time.
Oh,
Gotten
it's
it.
quite
Yeah.
okay. I have another one. I have a reshoot of an interview at 7 o'clock my time on Saturday. So I want to make sure I'm ready for hers too. She does use the same outlet that you use. And you're in
Okay.
California?
I am actually in Spokane, Washington.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, from California, but I'm in Spokane here. So, and that's where the television show is
Okay,
in
awesome.
Spokane. And so
Yes, I can't
everything's
wait.
there.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
and I upload it to my channel as well. That I'm
Yes,
in the room.
absolutely. Absolutely. That is just awesome. Now, can you do me a favor and just hold your book up again and just hold it there for a second? And so we can bring it a little closer. Ooh, I like those little characters. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Because when they do the framing, sometimes I like to see that it pops in so we can see it. I love it. All right. All right. Lots of music. And so that has a lot. Now, how much of this, I'm going to be a little nosy here. How
It's
much
okay.
any of the characters represent anything about you?
Not at all. Only
Ah,
thing I can say is, because I am a singer and songwriter, that's the
yeah.
only thing. But as far as the personality and stuff, none at all. It's all just fiction
Man.
stuff that I made up in my head. I had someone call me yesterday. She's going to interview me, and I think the end of this month. And she read my book, and she called me. She was like, "Oh my God, this book is so good." She said, "I can't wait to interview you." She said, "Oh my God, it's so good, it's so good." And I'm like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." So I've been,
Okay.
to be honest with you, I did not know it was going to do this well.
Aw.
I thought it was going to be something that people may buy. It was one of those things where, like I said, I want to finish it. But again, I thank God for it.
You
And
right.
and my goal is to be one of the best top selling authors,
All right.
and
All
that's what
right. So you got to send me my copy then.
yes, I
I,
definitely will, and I will also send you one of my mystery boxes.
okay, I do not mind asking, and I will be at the door waiting too, with my
Yes,
film ready to go, videotaping it when it comes
yes, and
and
I will.
uploading it.
It'll get shipped out tomorrow. Because I'm
Oh, that's
waiting
so
on.
exciting.
Yeah, I'm waiting because I have stuff that we already got boxed up, but I'm just waiting on my business labels because I had so much stuff that was shipping out. We ran out of labels, and my labels will actually be here today. So that's perfect. It'll get shipped out tomorrow. I'll put you a cute little mystery box together.
Ah,
It's really cute, and then you can. And I tell people, please, when you open it, please video because the
yes.
mystery boxes are different. Everybody got
Ah,
different stuff, and some stuff may be the same, but for the most part, I just kind of like if I know the person, I know their personality. I put little different things in the box for them. Or
aw.
with the men's, a man bought a box from me, and so I put in like a little bourbon glass. I put in some aromatherapy body wash, some aromatherapy lotion, and just little things, hand sanitizer, just things that they're
Awesome.
like, oh, this and this package really really cute.
Yes. Oh, I feel you. I understand. I love it. Love it. Love it. I do my own little kids box. I call them the legacy boxes.
Okay.
As you mentioned that. Let's see.
Oh, that is so cute. We're gonna have to talk because
The
I
little
like
one.
how well my box isn't that my box is about this big and I have like the little tissue paper, I mean the little crinkly
Yes.
paper
Yes.
and mine have the ribbon and everything on it. And I have
Yes. Yes. See, I just have the little book inside.
okay, that is
The
so
thing,
cute.
and it's a little puzzle also. And I have a T-shirt. So for the kids, I send them the little boxes and stuff like this. So
Oh,
I
that is so
love
cute. I'm gonna have to
boxes.
get one from you to give to my little goddaughter. She's 9.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they love them. They love them. I have the little T-shirt. So
That'd be a cute birthday gift. She'll be 10 in November.
yes, I said no worries. I said because I also have an activity book, and
Hmm.
I like to, like you said, put something different in there with special on special occasions for the kids or whatnot. But I love this whole thing. I love it. So I like your mystery box idea. And you got your hat on. I just feel like I can't wait till this till it
Yeah.
gets here. And so yeah, and add it up. And I have my little grandbaby. He co-authors with me, so he's
That's so
also
cute.
so
That's
excited
good.
when he sees things coming through the mail. So yeah, so I love boxes. So anyway, my dear, so you're just gonna do this whole business and knock it, slam it out the park. I
Thank you.
congratulate you on 800 books sold on your own, and you're getting out there in a short period of time. And so, what are some of the maybe advice that you would give someone who's on the fence about getting into this book space?
Well, one thing I can tell them that I definitely learned is don't take anything personal. With
Mm.
because when I would ask people like I'll say like, hey, I'm a new author, blah blah blah. Some may be like, yeah, I'm going to support, and others may say no. I just keep it pushing. One no can be 20 yeses.
Okay.
Um, don't get stressed out, don't get overwhelmed, and that's easy for me to say, but hard work does pay off. You look at everything that you're doing. You are your authors. You know the time, the effort, the money, the management that you put into your project. It'll
Yeah.
definitely take off. I look at other business, especially Black business owners who start in their kitchen and now their stuff is in Walmart and Target. They're not caring. I mean, of course, they care about how they started, but they mainly care about how they ended and where it led them.
Yes.
So just think about my book's gonna be worldwide. My book's gonna be in airports. That's what I say when I'm in the airport and I see the little bookstores in the airport. I say my book gonna be right there in this airport, and people gonna be buying it. And that's just how I'm looking at things. I might sound crazy, but that's just what I believe, and that's what I'm putting into the atmosphere.
Okay. All right. All
Yeah,
right. Well, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. So,
exactly.
oh my dear, I thank you. I thank you so much. Now, on your site, I saw something like you said. What does it say? Wheelchair queen? Or what was
I
that
used to
little?
be Miss Wheelchair Mississippi. I was in an
Oh,
accident.
oh,
So I was the title holder for Mississippi. So I was an advocate for the state where I made sure that the state was handicap accessible. The city where we were stationed was Meridian. So I mainly made sure the city was accessible, make sure the streets was accessible. As far as like no cracks in the road, we lived on a base. I was the one that made the base accessible. They had to come in and do a lot of things on the base because it was not handicap friendly. And they had a lot of veterans on the base. And I was one of the ones that got if you go to any of the Chevron stations and you see a little button that's the little handicap button that with the speaker that goes inside the store near the cashier, I was the one because of that. Even on the bases when they have buttons now by the gas station, I was because of that. Just making sure things are accessible
oh. Okay, okay. Now, um, are you in a wheelchair due to your injury? You said you were in an accident, or is it
from my car
oh,
accident.
from
Yes.
your car accident?
Mhm.
Okay. And when was that?
99, December 99, almost 21 years. But
Really?
the good thing is I am walking a little bit. So God is good. I was never permanently paralyzed because I always could have feel and move, but I was paralyzed to the point where I need a wheelchair. I still can't walk on my own.
Oh,
Permanently, I
okay.
can't walk like without devices on my own, I should say.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. And so now you're pushing forward. You're getting strength and stronger to be able to walk a little bit on your own, or just with a device.
With like a walker or with braces.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And you're just out there hustling.
Yeah, multiple streams of income. Exactly.
Go
Exactly.
ahead on. That is amazing. I just love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank
It's
you.
so much inspiration,
Thank
and
you.
people can
I try
do.
to be. I try
Yeah.
to, when I go to therapy, I try to upload like my therapy photos and things that I'm doing and things I couldn't do, kind of like just motivate people because you never know what people are going through. And one picture or one post can pretty much motivate them or get them out of that slump that they may possibly be in.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This weekend, I thank you for being here today. If I could just add this, I lost my very dear cousin on Friday due to
Oh,
COVID. And it was a real hard time going through. But, once we let go and once it's all said and done, you have to believe, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. And
yes,
so, and, having just being able to push on. Sometimes you want to say, oh, goodness, I wish I don't have to go through this or do that or whatever. But it's so good to be able to just hear what you said. You never know what you have to say that's going to encourage or motivate, inspire someone else. So please tell your story. You
right,
know, that story, your story is important to someone. So
exactly.
yeah, with you posting your images or your experiences and what you go through,
Hmm.
yes, you could be um, very, very encouraging and inspiring to someone. So thank you for that. And um, are there any last words that you'd like to leave us with?
Nah, just check me out, midnightstorm.net. Check me out. Order my mystery boxes because they are very cute, and I spend a lot of time getting these boxes together because I want the awe effect, and that's what
Ah,
I've been getting. So that's about it. Follow me on I am Midnight Storm, and just check me out.
okay, that's awesome. And you can get that mystery box for a gift, Father's Day,
Hmm.
holidays, Mother Days, all the days, and just
Birthdays.
really have, yeah, birthdays, romance days.
Hmm.
Just, it's a really awesome opportunity to share and be a blessing all at one time. So, yeah, and supportive. So, thank you, and everybody go to it. Go check
Yeah,
out Midnight
check it out.
Storm.
Blow
Check
my
her out.
website up.
Thank you. Well, I thank you for being here, and we hope to have you back when you're doing that second book. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Yes, most
right.
definitely. And